Hello and welcome to the Appleby Hour. I am Appleby, and today I want to talk to you about Solarpunk. Now, if you don't know, for some reason you've found me, but you don't know what Solarpunk is, uh, Solarpunk is a movement. And I'm not going to pretend to be an expert, but, that's kind of the thing about movements. It is what the people in it make it, right? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take charge. The idea of solar punk, the core essence of it, is to imagine an optimistic future for us and the planet, us in nature. To imagine a humanity that doesn't destroy itself. you know, right now it kind of seems like a far fetched notion, but I think it's fully possible. It's fully within our power. That's something I want to reiterate in all of my content is that we have the power, we need to use it, right? But what I want to talk about today is I feel that some people have strange ideas about what a solar punk world would be. Uh, Particularly people they seem to be against the idea of urbanism. They're against cities. They see cities and they see these things which are scarring to the earth that deform the landscape, right? And while it's certainly true, like on a sort of base level, if you don't think about it at all, um, the thing about it is that our cities are maximally efficient. I can't remember when I said it. I said it in another video that if a beehive were not in a single hive, but rather spread throughout the forest, that would obviously be less efficient. It would cause problems. It would probably be less advantageous to that forest. You know, uh, honey dripping everywhere, gumming up the works. So it it seems to me that there's this idea of us living almost returning to an agrarian sort of existence. And that's what this video is sort of pushing back against is that vision of solar punk, the agrarian sort of primitivist almost vision of solar punk. Um, I don't think primitivism is the way to go. The way forward is get this forward. We need to reevaluate what we're doing. We don't need to change it because a city, yes, while it is harmful to the environment, is less harmful to the environment than the suburbs that surround it, than the small towns that are are satellites to it, than the uh, rural communities further out. Those spread across the land. Thinned out like butter. They have the most impact, and it is precisely because of those efficiency issues that I was talking about earlier. I'm also a big proponent of vertical farming. If we really want to reduce the scarring that we do to the earth, then to cram as much farmland as we can into a vertical structure, that's the way to do it. You know, uh, I don't see a path forward where we aren't rewilding. I think that's very important. I think that we could keep growing. I don't advocate that. I am sort of for degrowth where the GDP per capita goes up while the population goes down. And Gen Z seems to be giving me my wish. I love you, Gen Z. We we're better than Gen Alpha. That's for fucking sure. Um, the kids these days. Um, okay, getting off track. So, like I said, verticality is the key. Hives are the key. We should be building our city more like hives, more sky bridges between structures, more what is it called? Interior urbanism, more more hive like, a more organic sort of existence for cities. We should be optimizing the amount of sunlight that hits each building. We should be collecting rainwater on the roofs, treating them, storing them in water towers, and then feeding them down into vertical farms. you know, uh, that's a city which is as much organism as it is architecture. Because right now, and this applies to all of humanity's many creations and our behavior at large, we see ourselves as separate from, other than, not a part of nature, which we are. Our cities are already hives. We just build them as if they are not. And therein lies the problem, in my opinion. I don't know. It's so I'm pro technology. I'm pro traditional futurism. I'm pro space exploration. And I feel like there are a lot of people in the solar punk community who would push against those ideas. They're primitivist. They want to return to a simpler way of life. They think that that's the only way for us to live in harmony with nature. But the thing I always bring up with these people is that if we are truly to be the stewards of nature, which some of them disagree with that sentiment, and I can certainly see an argument for that. But I think we ought to see ourselves in that light, stewards of nature. If that's what we are, imagine, and I think I've used this analogy before, the asteroid that killed the dinosaurs. Another one's coming our way. If we are a spacefaring civilization, as we are now, in our fledgling stages, even, we have it within our power to redirect that asteroid. NASA's DART mission proved as much. If we are not capable of those things, then we just die and the Earth gets reset. And to some that's fine. That's natural, the natural process. I don't feel that way. I think that not only should we protect the life that exists, we should actively seek to resurrect the life which has gone extinct. Now, in the recent past, that's easy. We can get DNA. After that, it's going to become progressively more difficult, and people worry about humans running out of things to do, and I'm like, well, we could always try to reverse engineer the tree of life down to the roots. That would be quite the task. That would take us quite a few quite a few centuries, I think. So, that's a suggestion if you're looking for something to do. I don't know. Like to deny technology is to not deny our nature, and denial of nature is not solar punk. That's really there's just no two ways about it. I think that kind of encapsulates my thoughts. Let me know what you think. Like, subscribe, share it around, show it to your grandma. I don't know. Force people to watch it at gunpoint. You know the things. Do the things.